I will not ask those who stole money to return all of it. I will ask them to return part of it, says Peter Obi, the Labour Party presidential candidate. Hello everyone, welcome to Newsport TV. The presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Peter Obi, has revealed how he intends to recover stolen funds if he becomes the president of Nigeria. Peter Obi disclosed that he will most likely focus on recovering part of the stolen funds from the corrupt police officers instead of focusing on recovering all of the stolen funds. Peter Obi stated that he would not ask those persons who stole public money to return all they have stolen. He went on to state that this approach was adopted in Saudi Arabia and it proved to be very successful because the government of Saudi Arabia ended up recovering more than they had projected. Peter Obi maintains that he intends to encourage those that have been found guilty of stealing public funds to return part of the money because asking them to return all they stole could be difficult because they must have spent part of the money. So he said this at on a program called Brekete Family Program, and let's take some of the comments. Somebody said all politicians in Nigeria are thieves, including Obi. Another person said this man is not firm enough to be the president of Nigeria. Another said that's a strategic response. Obi is quite diplomatic. This response is just to get the minds of these public thieves at rest. Let him get in first. Somebody else said, don't mind those who don't know how to answer such kind of technical questions publicly. Another person said, very sensible and logical answer. Don't let the cat out of the bag until you get there. Then those corrupt people will see hell. One who stole 2 million will be made to return 1.9 million plus jail. Another person said, Buhari that was firm, how much did he recover from Accountant General out of 109 billion naira? Only 30 billion. Who is weak? Another person said, he is one of them. He is not serious. Atiku Abubakar is the best candidate of PDP. Another person said, thief they talk, thief. Obi the lie man. Another person said, it's obvious your type has lost hope of survival through frustration. You destroyed your future. Now you want everybody to go down with you by constituting tribal hatred on the social media space. Another person said, Obi will be the one to return the one he stole when he was a governor. Somebody else said, EFCC and other fraud agency declared him clean as a governor in 2015. Go and verify. Another person said, Obi is the best. If you like, call him any name. He is going to be our president. Another said, I am not satisfied with your decision. What works in Saudi Arabia might not work in Nigeria. And in China, corrupt politicians are being sentenced to death. If it works for the Chinese, please adopt same here in Nigeria. Thanks. Another person said, my friend, do you follow the Nigerian history at all? Obasanjo did it and recovered billions. Somebody said, very funny. Nigeria is not Saudi. The same principle will not work. It will only encourage them to steal more and return parts, just as kidnapping has become business in the country today. Somebody said, because you are one of them. Somebody said, please, let's vote Obi for president. This man has good intentions for Nigerians. Another person said, all of you are thieves, including you. Another person said, what about the money you stole from Anambra State and went to establish a company in United Kingdom? Another said, all politicians in Nigeria are chronic thieves. No candidate should present himself as an angel of light to deceive anybody. The degree of stealing of public funds depends on the level of cash flows in the office held or occupied. Peter Obi, whose company in London has been shut down for failing to disclose its financial records, can only deceive the gullible. A critical assessment of Christian and Muslim politicians shows that the Muslim politicians are more prudent and fear God more than the Christian politicians. So moving from churches to churches doesn't prove anything different to those who have time to study the Bible personally. Another said, sensible answer, smart one, Presido. Another person said, Peter Obi is very funny. Oh, what of yourself? Another said, this man is also a thief. What am I even saying? All politicians are criminals. Another said, if you return small, then get ready to refund the remaining balance or end up in jail. Another said, P.O., please don't start like that and don't provoke me. Please, if you will not collect to the last couple from them and delete them, their wives, children, husbands, and generations, please tell me now so that I know the next decision to take. Another person said, Buhari, who is an army general, couldn't recover all the monies too. This approach will make them remorseful in certain ways. Nice approach. Another person said, Obi is already doing begging for the money he stole from Anambra Treasury so that the rule could be used for him by st0le as a plea bargain. He knows that he can never win because st0le and Obi's votes together made them to lose in the last election. Now that they are separated, how can both win in a divided house of PDP and Labour parties? Corruption everywhere. May God help us. So these are some of the comments that followed Peter Obi's discussion about how he's going to not ask politicians who have stolen money to bring everything, but part of it. While some people think it was a good response on that program, which is to be a logical response. Some feel that, does that mean that it's chicken-hearted? He doesn't have the heart to collect everything, or citing the example of how it works in Saudi Arabia. And some people saying that because it works in Saudi Arabia does not mean that it can work in Nigeria. All we want is somebody who will be able to do the needful and in the best possible way, because the level of suffering in Nigeria is too much, while the politicians are having a field day, amassing wealth that their children and children's children will have at the detriment of every other Nigerian in Nigeria. Thank you very much for watching. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. And of course, drop your constructive comments in the comment section below. God bless Nigeria. Bye for now.